Hello everyone. So today I'm gonna be installing this new BlackVue dash cam in my car. It's a 3-channel camera. I'm gonna hardwire it. I already have this YOFO in my car already hardwired, but I'm gonna be replacing it with this new one. And this also is 2 channels, one in the front and one, if you can see right there, in the back. And this one, so it's like 3 cameras, one for the front, one for the back, and one for the inside the car. This is also hardwired. I'm also going to be hardwiring this camera. It's almost a similar process. I could have used this same hardwiring, but the cable is different for this. The one which connects to the camera, this one is different than the BlackVue, so I have to rewire, but it's a pretty simple process. And the same I did for my radar detector. Like, I wired it and I have a switch over here for the mute. So this is what I got in the box with the BlackVue: the cigarette lighter power cable for the dash cam, the hardwire kit, then SD card, the card reader, some plastic tabs for the wire, and some double-sided tape, and the trim removal tool. Then this is the cable for the connecting the cameras. This is also like for the all 3 of cameras, connecting it together. Then this one, this is for the like the BlackVue, you can use a box for LTE, so you can put a SIM card in it, and for connecting that box you need an extension, so you can use like the 2 cameras. Let's say like this one, this connects with this micro USB, so the camera only have one port for micro USB. So if you are using the in-cabin camera, the inside camera, and also the SIM box, then you need this device. I had the YOFO connected in the front, and this is the one connected in the rear. The YOFO didn't have the hardwire kit. I had to buy it separately and connect it. So hardwire mostly, like if you want to use it for the parking mode, you can use the hardwire kit. The other method you can use is the cigarette lighter one, which you connected right here. Like I have it in the trunk over here, but if you have it in the trunk, fine. If not, you can use the one inside the car that connects directly, so whenever you turn on the car, the dash cam is going to work. When you turn off the car, this thing is going to cut off the power and dash cam is going to stop working. So you can use this method as well. I want to use the hardwire method, so let me show you. So over here we have, I am using the fuse box in the rear for the hardwire. So this is the fuse box. Let me get this out of the way. Okay, so you can see I connected the direct line power to this fuse, and the auxiliary one, the one, there you go. So the ACC auxiliary one to this fuse. And now I'm going to show you which fuses they are. So here you see in the chart, so this is the rear, this one, fuse box. So I am using the fuse 101 for the direct line. This one I'm using for the direct battery power, and then I'm using 111 for the auxiliary, the ACC cable. So here you go, and I'm using these fuse tabs. They didn't came with the kit. Even with the BlackVue they didn't came, so I'm gonna be reusing these 2, and I'm gonna be connecting the cable, this cable, so one to this, one to this, and then the third cable we have is the ground cable. So the ground cable I'm using, see this bolt for the fuse box right here, this one. So this is where I took the ground cable for, because this has a direct connection with the frame of the car, so bare metal. so it goes and connects to the bare metal, and this is I'm using for the ground. Now first thing I'm gonna do is to remove these YFO cables, which in your car will not have, because if you are installing it for the first time. But for me, I have to remove this and I have to install this BlackVue. This is the cable for the YFO. This is the switch for the voltage monitor. The BlackVue wiring doesn't have this switch because they have this function built in the camera to set the voltage where the camera is going to shut off. In this one, it has a small switch you can set to how many voltage like you can set, and when the battery reaches to that voltage, it's going to shut down the camera to save the battery. Okay, so I removed the YFO cables. Now I'm going to be installing the BlackVue. These fuse tabs, in my case, I'm reusing the old one, so I'm going to cut this tab from here, and then I'm going to put the new these tabs to connect it with the BlackVue cable. And the fuse is the one which goes close to the pins is the one which was already in the car. So the one closest to these pins is gonna go the one which was already in the car, and the one close to this wire is the one for camera, which came with this fuse tab. You can buy this separately as well if it's not available with the, if it didn't come with the fuse tabs, you can buy it separately. The same goes for the small ones, the 111 which I use from the bottom for the auxiliary, the yellow cable. So the same goes here, the one which is close to these pins, this one, the 21 was already in the car, and the one close to this red cable, this one, this is the one for the camera. Okay, now I'm gonna be connecting the BlackVue cables to these fuse tabs. So I removed the blue tab, these tabs from here, the old ones, and I'm putting the new tab. In your case, if you're buying these new, this will be already on one side. You will just have to connect the BlackVue cable on the other side. I noticed the BlackVue cables are pretty slim and thin compared to the YFO. I don't know, maybe it's just like a low voltage camera and it uses only, I don't know how many watts, 5 volts or something. So maybe that's why they're using the slim cables. But yeah, let's connect them now. So this is the one for the red cable, the direct battery line. So I'm going to be using this red tab. You can use anything available, but yeah, just make it smooth as possible and connect it from here. So it's all the way in, and from this side just gonna remove this thing, this, and then connect this one from the other side. Okay, so both cables are in. Now I'm just gonna use the pliers to make it tight. This is this end. This is the other side. Okay, I'll redo this side again. Okay, and the middle part as well. Here we go. So we have the full tight connection. So this is the red cable done. I'm gonna do the yellow one same way. Keep it completely tight. We have this connection good, and we have this connection good. Now for connecting these three cables, the auxiliary one will, the fuse tabs, again the one which is the yellow one, the one closer to this thing is for the car, and the one, this one is for the dash cam, the one closer to the cable, the red cable, that's for the dash cam. same goes for this one. The one closer to the cable is for the dash cam, and the one closer to these the pins is for the car. So let's connect these. This one goes here, it's connected, and this one goes here. There you go. Looks like it already this already have the fuses as well. So as you can see, this already have a fuse inside, but that's good, we have double security. Okay, so both fuse tabs are connected, and now I'm gonna connect the ground cable. So this nut over here, the one which is holding the fuse box, this has a this goes and connect directly to the bare metal of the car frame. So this is a good connection for the ground, so you have to find something like that. Okay, I have the ground cable connected. I'm gonna start from the front and then to the back, because if I have any extra cable, it's easier to put it in here than finding a space for it in the front. So as like I told, so from here, it's gonna start behind this cover like this. So I'm gonna go and start from the front. Okay, before I connect the cable, like I fish the cable, I'm gonna install the cameras first, put them on the windshield. This one and this one, and this one for rear over here. I can do it later as well. And then I will, like after installing the camera, plugging in the camera, then I will start putting the wire like this. Whatever is extra is gonna go in here. So I already put the cable, took the cable to the front. It's right there on the dash. So then I'm going to start from there, and the same for the back camera. I'm going to connect to this camera the cable, the one end, and the other end is going to connect to the rear. So now for putting the camera on the windshield, this is how it's going to go. This part is going to go on the windshield, and all the connections you have on this side. First thing, we have to make sure the camera we installed is in the center. So before putting it on windshield, we have to make sure the windshield is clean. Wipe it, like make sure it's completely clean. And then for the center, so I don't know if you guys can see, just put the light here. So as you guys can see, I have this plastic piece, and there is a joint, this joint here. So this is the center of my windshield. So you guys have two options. Like it's up to you if you want to bring the full camera in the center like this, or you want the lens in the center. So you can just put a little bit to the side, the lens will be in the center. Okay, so I clean the windshield, and I put this sticky note from the outside to give me an idea. So that I put the camera straight, so it's gonna come like this. So I'm gonna install it now, and then let's see. As you guys can see, I started the cable. So I'm gonna open this thing, actually like a little bit, lift it up and put the cable in there after I install the rear view and the cabin camera. So I'm gonna put those cable in together over here. But for the power cable, I tucked all in the headliner over here. Then for this part, what I did is I just open this like this, and see the gap. So I just put, like if you hold it like this, there is enough gap to put the cable in. So I push the cable in there, and after that, there you go, it's all closed. I didn't have to remove it, so the cable is all in from here, and then under this rubber, this is how it is. So I just have to push it all under here like this, all the way to the back till this part. Let me show you. So yeah, till this part. So it's gonna be here till here, and then from here the same thing is gonna go under here, and then it's gonna go to the rear window, and then from there it's gonna go to the rear window rubber. Okay, so the cable is all in. The power cable under this cover, as you can see, it's nothing visible. Same goes under the back cover, and it went all the way to the back. But before that, before showing you that, I'm gonna put the rear camera as well. So for the rear camera, here's the cable, and on the both ends it says F and R. So let me show you. This one says R, so this is gonna go to the back. This F is gonna go right here. It's gonna connect to this one. Okay, for the rear camera, I connected it a little bit in distance from the window because I have these defrost lines. So if I am too close, the lens is gonna come on these defrost lines and it's gonna cover some of the video. So if I'm in distance, it's gonna show very small line. Like this is how my previous camera was. It was fine, but I have a tinted window. I cannot go on the glass because it's gonna damage the tint if I remove it. But this is where I put it, and now the cable is gonna go here. Like as I said before, I can do it inside here and inside here the cable, but last time it interfered with my key fob. So like when I put the cable, like for my YF4 camera, I put the cable through this pipe and it came over here, and then it was coming out from here to the camera. But then whenever I used to lock and unlock my car, it wasn't working properly. Like I had to be very close to the car to work. It was interfering with the antenna for the remote. Maybe it's under here somewhere, but yeah, it wasn't working properly. So that's why this part is better for me. So the cable is gonna go from here, and I leave it a little loose so the trunk lid close and open and close. It has little room, and then the cable under this rubber goes like this, and it's over here. So this all extra remaining cable is gonna go under this speaker cover and gonna come down here to this area, the extra cable. So let me do that. Okay, so the cables are all in from here, from the rear view camera here, and I close the cover back. The extra remaining cable is behind the carpet down there. So it's all done. The cover is closed, both cameras connected, the cable's done. Now it's just one camera left, and this is super easy. We'll just put it beside there and I'll show you after I'm done. Okay, so here is it, the full setting done. This is the main camera, all the cables going beside this, as you can see. Then under over here, this plastic frame, I can even get it more under here, but then this was not closing properly, so I just ran it here. And then this thing, the cabin camera facing toward the seats, like the inside of the car. And then the rear one, you guys saw it. So yeah, I hope you liked the video. So thanks for watching. Please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.